Welcome back to Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Derek Fisher, Mike Bresnahan pouting outside, but he will be here. His Steelers are absolutely getting rolled. Allie Clifton, Mike Trudell will be handling the post-game interviews. Guys, what a game for the Lakers. Everyone scored 120 points. They dominated from the opening tip. We've wanted fast starts. We got it, James. And defensively, best game of the year. 21 rocket turnovers, 13 steals, 9 blocks. I don't know where you want to start, but what an all-around game for the Lakers.
Yeah, it was pretty much a complete game. Started out a little sluggish, turned the ball over in the first half, but this is what it feels like when you're building something. And I think the guys are enjoying playing together. You see the communication. You see them really enjoying playing the game. But defensively, what they were able to do on the fast break, I don't know, 32 points, I think, on the fast break.
That's another good one, yep.
Capitalizing on every turnover. And I just think their defense is just outstanding. I know we talk about their offense, AD, and what they were able to do, but everything that Houston threw at them, when they had a little comeback, the Lakers took a timeout, and that's what I like about them. They're able to recognize where they are. Game was down to about 9 or 10 points, then they just turned it on again. Collectively, steals, fast breaks, open shots. They just played a good game.
Yeah, 10 games in going into tonight, 7-3. In the pregame, we showed an interview where LeBron talked about, I give the team, B+, B. We're doing some good things, but I see an opportunity for us to continue to get better, and we see it as a team. And I feel like they turned the page from 10 games. All right, let's put that in the rearview mirror. This next, 5-10 game set, let's start to set some new standards. Let's create some new habits. Let's start to raise our level of engagement and really start to put our stamp on what kind of team we can be this season.
I like the way you said that, level of engagement. They were off to some slow starts, kind of waiting to the fourth quarter to flip the switch. People questioning the defense a little bit in the shot blocking. They completely changed the narrative tonight. 27 points on just 12 shots for AD. He's speaking with Mike Trudell. He's not there yet. We'll go there in a second. 54 bench points, James.
That's always been a nice asset for the Lakers. They started last year. The bench came in and produced. And this year, I think, when the starting five goes out, they're not really missing anything. In fact, when that second group comes in, things go upward with Montrez going in the paint, shooter, Kuz is hitting big shots. I just really think their bench is second to none. And, they're kind of compatible to a starting team when they put them in there.
Fish, I'm going to jump in because he is ready now. 27 points on just 12 shots for AD. He's speaking with Mike Trudell.
All right, Anthony Davis. So the last time we heard from you after the Spurs game, you voiced your displeasure about the defensive effort overall and said that you wanted more. Obviously, you didn't get a chance to play in the Bulls game, but it seemed like you really had that going early in this one, AD. Was that important to you to set that tone and try to use leadership in that fashion?
Obviously. We got to be able to be a team who leads defensively. Tonight we made shots, but, every night we're not going to be able to make shots. We can't control that. And, like I said over and over, what we can't control is how we play defense, our energy and effort, and that's what we want to do tonight. I came out with emphasis of being aggressive on the defensive end, and it kind of trickled down to everybody, getting blocks. Taylor had 4 steals tonight. Trez had some blocks, Bron. So everybody, was just on point defensively. Our communication was at a high level, and Coach came in at halftime and told us that our defensive effort was off the charts tonight. Holding the team like that, I think they had 46 points at the half. A team who could score. And, we were just flying around and being who we are and seeing who we can be defensively.
Yeah, 13 steals and 8 blocks, and you mentioned it. It started early with you coming in and protecting the rim. On the other side of the floor, AD, you guys also seem to have taken a step up in efficiency. What are you seeing offensively, and how much can that continue to feed off what you're doing on defense?
Yeah, we're constantly learning each other. There's not that much practice time, so we're practicing in games. Trying to figure out how we can play with each other, and we figured it out a little bit tonight. Dennis, for sure, get into his spots, making the reads. Myself, being able to make some free throws tonight where I've been pretty terrible at the line. And finding my spots, Bron, Kuz, Mark, Trez, everybody's been tailing. KCP first game back. Guys are just finding their rhythm and getting it back going. So it was good to see the ball go through the rim for sure tonight, and we just got to keep it going. Knowing that this team is a team who can score, at a high level and very quickly. So it's going to be a tough one Tuesday as well.
Yeah, so you're going to see them again. It's the third time. You had San Antonio twice. You had Memphis twice. You get Boogie back again. There were a couple things he was involved in tonight. Your Kentucky guy there. What did you see there, and how do you think that transfers over to Tuesday's matchup?
Two teams want to battle. We battled in a bubble for a playoff series, and anytime you knock a team out, they want to come in and win. And we take pride in winning on the road. And then, with Boogie, being here last year, first off, it's great to see him back on the floor playing well. For the minutes he did play tonight before the ejection, but a lot of guys are on this side is happy to see him back on the floor and doing what he loves to do. But it's always good going against a former Kentucky guy, him, John, and then some other guys over there that I also play alongside with EJ, well, we call him EJ, but Eric Gordon, C. Wood, all those guys that we're able to, I had a chance to play alongside and are really close with. So that was fun. But it's going to be another matchup Tuesday. Boogie coming back. We get Marquise back. Two guys got ejected, and then them wanted to beat us, and we want to be perfect on the road. So I'm pretty sure Tuesday will be a very interesting game.
All right, AD plus 29 tonight. Not too bad. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Christian Wood for the Houston Rockets said he had this game circled. Anthony Davis knows all his moves. He was very excited to go up against AD. Well, AD had it circled as well. He let everyone know that I did not play in the Bulls game. I am rested and I am ready. And guys, he had almost a perfect game, if I can steal a baseball term, going. He was 8 for 8 at one point, James Fish. He finished with 27 points, 9 of 12, 6 of 7 in the paint, and shooting well from the free throw line again, 9 for 10. Oh, he had 3 blocks too.
Yeah, he really asserted himself right away in this basketball game. It looked fluid. He didn't look to be forcing plays, but he definitely was aggressive to get his offensive rhythm going. But the way they defended to start the game, even though that first quarter was sloppy, I thought their offensive game really came from playing really active defense, hands in the passing lane. AD got a lot of contests and leak outs for dunks on the other end.
I'm just thinking how beneficial, this scheduling might be for AD and LeBron if they're able to rest a game like this and then come back. They had a short turnaround, 71 days. It's going to be, tough playing these cities, being there for 4 days back to back. So I thought it was a cool move to rest him in the Bulls game and then for him to come back super fresh. And I wonder if that's something they might be, looking forward to and use throughout the season.
And if you think about it, James, we haven't even got a chance to talk about THT yet, who I can't wait to talk about. But that's the thing. You were missing 2 bench guys in Wes Matthews and Markieff Morris, and your bench still goes for 54 points. You can have AD sit out a game if he's got the adductor strain, and they're able to fill in, and that's the sign of a great team. Guess what, by the way?
Who we got?
LeBron James is ready to speak.
Uh-oh.
He's with Mike in the media.
Hey, LeBron, what did you notice early, specifically with AD on the defensive end? Any evolution from what we've seen in the first couple weeks?
No, just AD being AD, and just having it back in the lineup just gives us a whole another dynamic, both offensively and defensively, obviously, and it's a good start to the road trip.
How different is this matchup with the guys that are in and out from the Western Conference semis? Is that just kind of over and done with, and it's a new team, new game, and when you play Houston?
Well, one thing about it, when you play Houston, you got to be ready for that monster in James Harden, no matter what, no matter who's in the lineup for them, no matter what their personnel is, you got to be ready for him because he's capable of beating you all by himself. So, we had that mindset and seeing the health of John Wall back to his speedy self and his work. So, we just came in with a defensive mindset to get stops and get out and do what we do on the offensive end, and we was able to do that on both sides.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm here. LeBron, is there anything in particular about Talon Horton-Tucker's game that really stands out to you among all the things that he does?
Does it on both sides of the floor, and then he just listens. He's a sponge. You know, whatever you say to him, he's going to apply it. He's going to accept it first, and then he's going to apply it right away. There's not that many young guys that can take something on the fly and then make it happen the very next play. You saw it tonight with his ability, obviously, to go 7 for 8 from the field, but also his rebounding, his assists, his playmaking, and then having 4 steals to add on top of that. So, you know, big time game for him, for a kid that's still growing into his own, but he's beyond his years.
Bill?
Hey, LeBron. Sorry, I thought I was muted. You might have heard me typing or something. I'm wondering if how do you look at this team? And so much was made last year about your defensive identity on this team. It's obviously completely different guys, but now that you are 11 games into the season, have you gotten a taste of what this team can be defensively? Was tonight the best example of maybe it at its best?
Well, our goal is to be the number 1 defensive team in the league. And it's going to take, our film sessions. It's going to take our shoot-arounds. It's going to take the practices when we do get an opportunity to get on the floor, and then the games to continue to work those habits. We added 5 new guys to our rotation this year pretty much in Trez, Dennis Dominguez, Wes, Mark, and also Taylor. So, we're all getting accustomed to one another, getting down to our rotations, what we want to build, how we build out from the paint to the perimeter. But we want to be the best defensive team in the league, and tonight was a good start today.
Last 2 questions, Kyle.
Hey, LeBron. How much did you miss KCP, and what do you think? What did you feel like he added the most tonight?
One, obviously his shot making ability, but his speed, the level of acceleration that he plays at automatically ignites our team. We play at a different pace when he's in the lineup. And his defensive approach as well, being able to guard the other top perimeter player on the other side. And he's a guy who's been in our system. It's just always great having him out there.
Dan?
Hey, LeBron. Congrats to your Browns. I'm trying to jinx them, by the way. I'm going early.
I can tell. I wasn't even going to say anything about that.
After the loss to San Antonio, Anthony was really upset about obviously a lot of stuff, but about defense in particular, and was pretty vocal about it. Did you like that he kind of challenged the team that way? And do you see that from him often?
He's a captain. He's one of the 2 captains that we have, including myself, and he can voice any opinion that he would like, any fact that he like for our ball club. Because one thing about it, whatever he says, he's going to apply it to himself as well. He holds himself accountable. So when he hold us accountable, we hold him accountable. He hold himself accountable, and vice versa. So, AD can say whatever he wants because it's all for the betterment of our team, and we respond to that. So we thought it was right on point, and we was able to finish that off with a very good defensive game against Chicago, even though we didn't score the ball like we accustomed to. And then we followed up tonight with another defensive game. So, we heard him loud and clear.
All right, thank you so much, LJ.
20-102, AD 27 and 3 blocks, THT 17 and 4, LeBron James with 18, 7 and 7. What a night for the Lakers. 13 steals, 8 blocks, 21 rocket turnovers. D-Fish, we talked about you throwing wood on somebody. Look what you do in the big board. Go look at the big screen. Watch this, Fish.
Yes,
Skull was messing with our guy Luke.
Yeah, that was a little Argentinian embellishment.
I don't know. You hit him square.
I did.
And you missed a game for this in the playoff series.
Yeah, I did.
But it set the tone, didn't it, Fish?
I would like to think so. I would like to think so.
Frazier goes down.
Guys were.
What? Okay, but at that time it was very necessary. Sometimes you got to lay. You have to send a message.
Yeah, sometimes you do. And they were. Teams used to talk to certain guys on our team because they couldn't talk to Kobe that way.
Yep.
They didn't talk to other guys that way. And
not going to talk to Meta that way.
He was talking a little bit too much.
I wonder if we could have a demo.
Yes. Get up.
I'm already having a bad enough night.
Your defense.
Come on, man. Be a team player. We need to reenact that.
Come set a screen up.
I'll set. Come on.
I don't want any part of these right here.
Come on, Brad. You got that defense.
I'm going to stay on my mark.
Prez, you might as well go lower.
You
saw the score at halftime.
I'm going to stay socially distanced.
Prez, you saw the Browns-Steelers score.
We're going to set it up for the next segment.
Yeah, we set that up. We're going to do a whole demo. That'd be amazing.
Skull is a big dude, too. You floored him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's from Argentina, though, man. He put the little FIBA soccer.
He did.
You know.
Hi, we
It's
welcome
okay,
you
though.
in. Hi, Brez.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
Having a great night.
I don't know where to start. Every stat just seems great. So what kind of AD, what sticks out for you?
Yeah, I like what AD did. All right, it's funny. Obviously, Houston last season when AD got after them in the playoffs, different team. Mike D'Antoni, small ball. They started a guy who was 6'7" in the front court, Robert Covington, and a guy who was 6'5" in PJ Tucker. New team this year. We've got Christian Wood, a young, legit big man. DeMarcus Cousins coming off the bench. I mean, AD is not doing this against last year's Houston team. He's doing this against a very good, a good enough anyway, interior defense to go 8 of 8. He missed his first shot halfway through that third quarter. 21-footer, if I remember. Strong game for him, for sure.
I think we're just not surprised by THT anymore. We saw this in the bubble last year against this Rockets team, but he just continues to take advantage of the minutes. James, he's fun. Fans love him. And what LeBron said was so spot on when they asked what sticks out. He said he does it on both ends. And he's a young guy that listens, takes the feedback, and applies. At 20 years old, this guy's an old soul. You've said it before, Big Game James. And, man, he can play. He gets buckets, but he also gets steals, assists, everything, James. Career high 17.
Well,
21 minutes.
I think the key thing that came out of that interview was that young players that listen. That's hard for young players to do. They have a lot of talent. They're willing to show. But when you listen, and it seems like he takes it to practice and, works on whatever he's been told, he seems like he corrects his mistakes quickly. And the guy can play, man. 7 of 8, 4 steals, Geeter. 4 steals in this game. And, he doesn't show a lot of emotion. He just plays the game. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to be an incredible asset because Fish talked about matchups in pregame. When you have a guy like Tucker who can play guard, who can defend, who has those long arms and can steal and can shoot the three and extremely patient on offense. He gets in the paint, he takes his time, pump fakes, gets a lot of layups. He's just I didn't know he had all that, but the kid from Iowa State, man, he's got a game.
Fish, who's not surprised by what he's doing?
THT.
As he told Tony Allen last year in a G League game, I don't belong here.
Yeah.
Like he has this confidence. It's not I'm all about myself. It's just he has a belief in what he's doing. He's not surprised.
No, but I do think he's a different guy than he was last season.
100%.
Right? Before, both the NBA and the WNBA went to their respective bubbles, 2 different bubbles, I'll say that. THT was training with some of his teammates. And I was training with some of our players on the other side of the gym.
Yes.
And at that time, THT was still developing his body into what it is now.
Yes.
Right? And seeing the difference in where his fitness was, his strength and conditioning, he's a different player. And the reason why I am not surprised is because I saw the guy putting in the work.
Saw it.
He put the time in with Phil Handy. He put the time in with his teammates. And this is the result of it. No shortcuts to being great in this league. And I'm happy that the work is paying off for him and he's seeing the results.
Yeah, keep in mind the Lakers did not have a draft pick in 2019. They'd already traded the first rounder for AD, bought into that second round, 46th overall, gave up a couple million and a future second round draft pick. And this is what they came up with. Good job by the Lakers scouting department and the front office as well for saying, let's buy in and take a chance on this guy.
Hey, guys, real quick. Special props. Our producer, B. Moore, he just returned. His beautiful wife, Sam, they had their second baby boy. It seemed like he's been gone for 2 years, right? He took a long time, but he is back. And he just produced his best segment of his career. Welcome back. He had a long time off, dude. Get back to work.
You can't argue with that assist, although that left hand LeBron, you don't know how hard that is to do.
LeBron's like, hold my drink.
2 things trending. Big Ben and GOAT to GOAT. Thanks to you.
GOAT to GOAT. Yeah, you got it. Lakers win by 18, remain undefeated on the road. Frank Vogel speaking with Mike and the media via Zoom.
Hey, Frank, AD had the comments about not being satisfied after the San Antonio game about defense. Just wondered what you noticed about him, especially in the first quarter, and if you thought that kind of sparked the rest of the team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if his motivation was about that San Antonio game, but, obviously when you speak out on wanting our group to be, to be better, I think, you want to own up to your own words and make sure that you're solid as well. And, that whole first group, I think, really set a tone on the defensive end. I think getting KCP back, I thought he had 3 steals in the first quarter. One of them must have been a deflection and, didn't get credit for it. But, he had 3 forced turnovers in the first few minutes, got out on the break. AD was really good. The whole group was really good in that first quarter and set a tone for the whole night.
Frank, the offense has mostly been there, it seems like, through the first 10 games. And defense certainly at times, but did you like seeing the evolution of it and kind of molding those two sides together tonight? Yeah,
it's a balancing act. Some nights the offense is going to be there, some nights the defense. I've got a lot of confidence in this team on the defensive end. We've had some nights where we were a step slow to certain things and still learning coverages and whatnot. But I think we're going to be good there. We just have to be a team that buys into being a team first team offensively and continuing to trust the pass. We had 28 assists tonight. That was a big part of it. And, this game is as much as any throughout the year was a Laker basketball type of win. Flying around defensively and getting stops without fouls, either forcing turnovers or forcing misses, and then flying on the break, and getting out and, the deep advanced passes. Got us 32 fast break points. So, sort of an identity win.
Bill?
Hey, Frank, aside from the obvious, not having the rim protection necessarily that you had last year, what is the biggest adjustment you've had to make defensively with this group? What's the biggest adjustment you've had to make in terms of how you coach this defense from a year ago?
We haven't really adjusted too much, to be honest. We're just really, just getting everybody tied together with the schemes. You know what I mean? The new guys learning what we're doing, and we finished up last year defensively very different than the way we started. We grew throughout the year with our package and arsenal of schemes that we can throw at different teams. And I think the biggest challenge this year is to not overcomplicate our schemes in these early regular season games. It's easy, especially against a team like Portland or Houston, who we played multiple games in the playoffs last year, to go to all your plan B, plan C, plan D types of coverages. And, there's a risk of being too complicated for a one-game regular season type of night. So, we're striking that balance. But I feel good about what we're doing on that end of the floor.
Kyle?
Hey, Frank, what do you think it is about KCP that it seems like adding him back to the group, obviously his statistical contributions stand out, but it seems like he's a little bit more than the sum of his parts, so to speak. Like when your team has him, it's more complete. Do you sense that about him?
Yeah, I do. He really, we're a big team. We play with great size. We have size. And, to play with that type of size, you need speed to complement it. And, his speed and athleticism is invaluable to us. And then you add what he can do defensively, has ability to shoot the ball on the perimeter. He's really one of our best players and an important part of what we're doing.
You know what time it is, don't you? Fish's focus. Look at the lights. It's like a light show going on around here.
Just trying to take the light off the shine on my dome.
Look at them. Look at the music.
They're trying to do.
Look at those guns on the wall. Look at the pipes.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Fish's Focus.
Segment over. The segment is over.
Live up to that,
not
Fish.
need any more content.
I wish I could have seen you. Oh my God. Oh,
Okay.
Let's go, baby.
I
Something else, big game.
Be more. I forgot which plays we're about to watch and everything.
man.
My mind is
I'm dying.
is just scrambled. But no, Lakers defense and the length, as you see the arrow going straight up. Anthony Davis' hands are down, but when his arms go up, he contests the shot, and what he does a lot is he contests and immediately leaks out to the other end. And the Lakers, they practice this regularly. They look long for the outlet pass. LeBron doing a good job there on the weak side, being in his backside responsibilities in the tandem on the screen roll. Out in front again for easy finish. KCP, good active hands in the passing lanes. Guards using high hands in pick and roll situations is really key. Montrez staying vertical so that you do not pick up the foul. And then immediately LeBron turns the corner. KCP gathers himself. Nice finish there. And then again in screen roll, AD doing a good job. Christian Wood isn't a great three-point shooter, but AD still makes the effort to contest the shot, which encourages the miss. And then he leaks out. Was really about the great Lakers defense. They got out to a lot of easy baskets, but the effort on the defensive end is really what separated this game.
That breakdown deserves all of this. And you forgot the plays and then came right back to you. Something you said, though, earlier today, I thought. Rockets got the Lakers' attention.
Yes.
There was a different Laker team. I think they were sick of kind of the slow starts, James, but the Rockets team, James Harden, John Wall, Boogie, you got to take it to them.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make statements in this game. I mean, Houston was tough in the bubble last year, scoring a lot of points this year. Yeah, that'll put you on notice. And so I think, that's what the championship teams do. They recognize what they're about to go up against before they hit the court. And they were prepared for it. I mean, their defense was off the heezy, as some of these young kids say. But it was just outstanding to see them come prepared for it. And they were ready at all points.
All right, guys, more to come on
y'all gonna let me do that introduction?
Dude, that was,
I like doing that.
Because, by the way, I think there needs to be a camera on you in the corner over there. You want to do it one more time?
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Fish's Focus. I like that.
Man, 1,000% that's what we're doing.
I got to get a uniform now,
When
Brad.
are you back?
Big game.
When are you back?
You're going to put that in the can, though. You should not have to strain your voice like that anymore.
When are you back?
That's it.
When are you back?
Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
That's the last time, Fish.
THT, 17 points, 4 steals. Those are career highs, by the way. And he did it in just 21 minutes. He's now speaking with Mike.
Hey, Taylor, LeBron was just talking about your game, and he said that he thinks you're a sponge and that you've just been kind of soaking up what you've been learning, whether from him or anybody in the team, and then applying it. What is your mindset towards that, and how has that gone for you the last couple of years now?
I always say I just want to learn. So I feel like, being a sponge is the most important thing you have to do, when you're learning, especially with guys, of the caliber guys that we have. So just being a sponge has probably, been the key to, doing good things this year.
You had the 4 steals in this one. A couple of them came in that fourth quarter. What is it that you're noticing on the defensive end that you're able to be aggressive and look for turnovers like that?
I'm just trying to be aggressive and, not reach too much and just reach at the right times and just pick my spots kind of on defense. As the year goes on, it's long, so things are going to always be different. So just trying to, stay strong on that end is going to be good for me.
Brad.
How you doing, Taylor?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can you feel yourself? Can you sense that you're growing and developing and getting better every time you're out there playing? And what's that feel like?
I'm really just doing what I love to do, so I really don't kind of look at it like that. I'm just playing basketball, so I feel like I'm blessed to do what I want, what I love to do. So I'm gonna go out there and just try and compete to the fullest, and I just do what I know how to do.
Kyle.
Taylor, last year with South Bay, you had sort of a pretty good understanding of night to night how much you'd be playing, what your role was. Today, you played some games with 6 minutes, some games like tonight 20 minutes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you say that again?
Yeah, you played a variety of minutes and roles depending on the night. How are you getting used to sort of not knowing necessarily how much you're going to play on a given night?
Just, always being ready. I feel like if you prepare yourself for the moment, you don't have to prepare yourself when you're actually in it. So I feel like, just always trying to stay ready and just paying attention to the guys that are out there before me. And, just being able to come in and, stay ready is going to be, for a long year like this is something I'm going to have to do, on a daily basis.
Dave?
Talon, in Major League Baseball, for young players who are late season call-ups, they have to meet a eligibility threshold to be considered a rookie. You didn't play all that much last year, I think only 6 games. Do you think the NBA could explore something like that where you have to play X amount of games to have it be considered your rookie year? Because obviously if you continued to play this way, had this been your rookie year, you'd be probably eligible for some of the rookie teams and that type of consideration.
Well, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Guys are playing, so I'm not really knocking on anything like that. So I feel like, I'm here in this position for a reason. So I just feel like I'm just trying, fulfill it to the most.
Let's go inside the numbers, brought to you by Lexus. 120 to 102, dominant performance for the Lakers. 10 of 29 for 3, out-rebounded the Rockets by 6. They had 28 assists. Dominance. Brez, what's sticking out to you?
I think the fast break points. Isn't Houston supposed to be the team with this good backcourt between John Wall and James Harden and Christian Wood kind of filling the lanes like you used to back in the day, James? Not the case tonight. A lot of turnovers for Houston, a lot of easy buckets for the Lakers. I think you're right. I think you mentioned it a few minutes ago, guys. I think the Lakers kind of got tired of these slow starts. They had a couple in Memphis. They were down double digits. Had to storm back to win that game. Another one against San Antonio. And not tonight. They were in it from the start.
No doubt about that. More to come.
Really called out the defense. And I'm wondering how much of that was you wanting to hold yourself accountable, and then how did you feel like you and the team overall responded to that tonight?
It was holding myself accountable mainly, but also holding the team. We got a lot of guys who's really good defensively, and we know how good we can be. We know how good we want to be, and it wasn't showing in the previous games. And tonight we came out very aggressive defensively. I think it was like 13 blocks, 8 steals or something like that, and just being more active with our hands, being more active with our bodies, and first half holding the team like that to 46 points, a team who could score at will. So we just wants to dig in a little deeper on the defensive end and make sure that, we start picking up the defensive intensity and start being a defensive team that we know we can be.
Dan?
Hey, Eddie. Christian Wood said that this was a game that he had circled on his calendar. I'm curious, do you hear stuff like that? Is that something that, and kind of what do you think when you hear something like that?
Just go out there and play basketball. I don't think it was, anything crazy. I know Seawood, we played in New Orleans together. It was a guy who's always kind of leaned on me for, helping the league and, worked with him when I was in New Orleans on some moves and stuff. So I didn't see it. I heard about it. Didn't know if it was true or not, but I didn't look at it no type of way. I just went out there and just played basketball, to be honest.
One thing, big game, James, this Laker team's 5-0 on the road. And the crazy thing about the schedule now is kind of beat up this Rockets teams, and now you got to play them again.
Yeah.
Right?
Hard to do, by the way. Hard to beat a team back to back. They make adjustments. They have redemption on their mind. Cousins coming back. But the Lakers will have to, that's going to be their challenge, in the bubble for everyone.
Yeah.
Playing these back-to-back games like this.
Some fun games in there. You got Rockets, you got Steph coming to town, you got Bucks.
Yeah, definitely some fun games. I like the 2-game set, though. I think it, typically during the season, you don't get that playoff-like experience until the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Where you go to town, you're there for 5 to 6 days.
Yeah,
you have to make those adjustments in between the game. That opponent's going to come back. You beat them that game, they're coming back to get you the next one. So I think that'll be a good experience. And then, a lot of people will see if the strength and schedule kind of changes, how well the Lakers are playing right now.
You know what I'm hearing from Fish? He wanted to be able to open that suitcase in Charlotte and take his clothes out for a few days.
Maybe have a meal.
Pull that little thing out of the closet and put that down.
Yeah, right. Maybe Chicago or something.
Chicago, New York.